Hi, this is Nickki. Thanks so much for joining today. Let's feel free to take a moment and settle in. We'll start with a few nice, long, slow, deep breaths in, just to get us ready for a few moments of relaxation and centeredness. So let's take a nice, long inhale and hold that for a moment. Whatever's comfortable for you, and you can let that go. Let's do that again. And hold. And let that go gently. And just allow your breath to ebb and flow naturally. Can you take a moment to just feel into where you are right now? Maybe your shoulders are feeling a little tense. Maybe in your neck or your jaw. Can you send a little breath into those areas? And in doing so, just release some of that stickiness and that tension. Today, we have a lofty goal in front of us about our life mission statement. And while that can sound very daunting and overwhelming, we'll keep it simple. We'll make it fun. Really, it's a check-in. So many of us have created these visions of what we want and dream of, and then we forget to check back in on it and see if it's still aligned with where we are today. And it's such an old pattern, and we just keep using it because it brought us success at one point in life, or it was this embedded dream and we feel like we really need to accomplish it. And maybe things have changed. Maybe the ultimate goal is letting go of the previous goals. We're really all here on this earth to just dance through life and be present. And even though it feels like we're trying to achieve and get somewhere, maybe the ultimate is just to be present with everything we've got going on. So, something interesting that's going on from an astrological perspective, which is why I thought we would do the life mission statement today, is Venus is in retrograde. This started on March 3rd and will go through to April 15th. And it's 40 days and 40 nights. So how interesting that symbolism is. And one of the occurrences that we might notice during Venus retrograde is challenges with finances, kind of questions and upheavals in our relationships. And it's interesting because as a year, astrologically, 2017 will flow very smoothly. And so this isn't so much of a challenge. It might be. I think the idea is it's that ebb and flow. So sometimes for us to really understand how bright something is, we needed to have seen the dark. And I don't associate a bad or a good with either of those. It's just simply transitioning as we do through everything. Change is the only constant. So this is a time that tests us. It tests our values. It tests what our true purpose and passion is, and really asks us to stay aligned as we might become tempted with different things in the next few weeks. So we're 1 week in. Again, it started last week, March 3rd, and we'll go through April 15th. And again, this really is a time for us to reassess our values, our finances, our talents, our relationships. And one of the fun things in reassessing our talents and our gifts is maybe considering something that we've pushed to the side or down below that has been a real interest, and it's a gift we know we could bring to the world. And yet we ask that question, who am I to do that? And so today is maybe reframing that. Who are you not to do that? So when you're ready, feel free to get comfortable. You can close your eyes or keep them open. We'll go through a bit of a guided visualization. And if we have time at the end, we might look at a tarot card that would be representative of this time that we're in and give us some additional clarity and guidance. So let's take a moment. Again, feel free to close your eyes if that feels good. And we'll all together take a nice inhale and let that go. And one more time, feel free to inhale. Exhaling. And continue at your own pace. What feels right for you? Where you're at today? Whether it's a little slower or a little more rapid. Can you keep an even rhythm? Noticing your breath like that ebb and flow, the light and dark. With one comes the other. At this time in Venus retrograde, it's like we're in the wilderness with our shadow. And our shadow can have lots of incredible lessons for us. So it's a great time of introspection and reflection. And just keep coming back to your breath. Noticing this life-giving prana, this force. Everything that's going on in our body when we breathe, while we're breathing, while we're active. All of these processes just happening. The blood running through us, our heart pumping, all of the nerves firing, sending messages. It's quite remarkable. So given that we are having this human experience right now, I invite us today to create a little more clarity around what we want to do and offer and embody at this time we have on earth. And so we'll reflect on a few questions and I'll guide us through. Maybe at the end, you'll be ready to form a quick and snappy overview of this vision. Something that you can keep with you at any time. A reminder for yourself. An invitation for others. A guiding light when you're not sure which path to follow. We'll have some fun. Allow the answers to flow. If nothing's there, this is a practice you can continue doing. This is potentially an exercise in patience. And a moment to reframe and let go of old stories and habits, if you choose. So why are you here? Allow the answers to flow. Let every wild, fun, interesting answer just come forth. Some of you may be thinking here in this moment, here watching this video, here on this earth, whatever here means to you, whatever feels right that you're called to contemplate today. Why are you here? You may even be wondering to yourself, who is you? You, the little child that had big dreams? You, the practical adult? You, the merging of both of those, plus all of the years to come still? You, the larger-than-life being who has no beginning and no end? Why are you here? And next, we'll consider, what are your values? What things, when faced with tough decisions, do you feel most congruent with? Do you have absolute congruency with and alignment. For some people, family, people, connectedness may be their highest value. For others, stability, strength, abundance, financial security, those may be priorities. And of course, this is plural. What are your values? Let all of the responses come. Are there a few that continue to resonate, that pop up over and over again? Maybe those are ones that are worth taking extra note of. And what can you do today to continue aligning and being even more embodied in some of those key and important values for yourself? Can you also consider that your values may differ from the values of others? Are you able to allow others to hold their values just as you have yours, respecting without judgment on how others choose to prioritize their commitments? As we continue to contemplate, pulling together why we're here and what our values are, what do you want to achieve in this lifetime? Even though there is nothing more we need to do except enjoying this dance of life, it is our human nature to be called. And so what is that calling for you? When you embody this, ideal. Let's step into it even a little more. Envision yourself truly living out your most magnificent version and vision. Enhance the colors of this vision and picture, making it bigger and brighter, bolder. Stepping into it, feeling it, enacting it. Being it and living it. Even go so far as to envisioning the taste, the touch, what it feels like, the weather, your skin, your feet on the floor or in the air, moving, whatever may be happening in this vision. Truly embracing and embodying where you are. And is there a word or phrase that comes to mind in this instance, in this moment of visualization? If so, feel free to repeat that. If the space is still unfolding for you, maybe you choose an invitation, such as I'm curious how this is going to unfold, or just simply curiosity, or openness to possibilities. And let's spend a few minutes in silence, focused on your breath, in and out, and possibly repeating this word or phrase as you inhale, breathing in all the wonder, the excitement, the possibility. And on the exhale, letting everything that no longer serves you slip away. Letting that go, making space for the new, the intentions, the possibilities, the creativity, tapping in to your most authentic version of yourself. curious. I am open to possibilities. I am excited to achieve greatness in this lifetime. I bring my gifts forth to share them with others. Take another moment to see if there is a catchy phrase, a life mission statement that is resonating with you. That's a big ask. So maybe it's the start of this new possibility. Maybe this is the first time you've really ever paused to take this time for yourself. Honor that moment, that initiative. And continue to be curious and explore how it might unfold for you and serving others around you. So when you feel ready, feel free to seal this intention with a nice, long, slow, deep breath in, and letting that go. Allowing the universe to sort out the details, allowing you to continue to refine and craft and gain clarity. This is one big work in progress. So when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes. Come back into the space that you've shared with others. Honoring and acknowledging this time you've taken. Maybe some fun new ideas have percolated. Feel free to grab a pen and a paper, or maybe spend 5 or 10 minutes once we've wrapped up journaling, allowing some of those thoughts, maybe unexpected ones, to just meet the paper. We have a tendency when we write things down to allow our beautiful mind that likes to go into overdrive to feel a sense of accomplishment. When it's been written down, there is another place for this thought, drive, or desire to live and hold space, and the mind can clear some room. So journaling once a week, once a day, having a pen and paper by your bed even. If you're the type of person that wakes up in the middle of the night curious and contemplating your to-do lists, just jotting something down briefly can often provide some quiet to the mind. So as we mentioned earlier, we are in Venus retrograde. we've just gone through the exercise with reconnecting, or maybe for the first time considering a life mission statement. And there's some other activities and ideas that you can really utilize in this time between March 3rd and April 15th. Reconnecting to an old talent. So maybe that's taking something from one of the ideas that came into your mind today. Maybe you've had a guitar collecting dust off in a corner for years. Think about brushing it off and giving it a try again. Healing past relationships. This can be another great time to, even if you don't reach out to somebody else, maybe you make peace and create forgiveness within yourself, to yourself or to others. And if you're in the creative or music realm, this is an excellent time to, again, just like the guitar, go back and edit a project, or take another glance at something you may have worked on and put off to the side. So while we do fall into temptations during this time, we can utilize all of these gifts and value sets to bring us back onto course. And we'll wrap up with a single tarot card that can leave us a thought for the day on how we might be able to contemplate and consider the next days, weeks, and steps. So this is the Osho Zen tarot card set that I use. And we always put the cards in a fan movement. I don't have a lot of space here to do that. What we will do, though, is receive with the left. Left hand is the receiving hand. And so we will utilize that hand and really just take a moment to feel into the card. Again, inviting us to receive a message for how in the next few weeks we can most fully and expressively live our life mission statement, how we can craft that and become congruent with it in our values. And we get the card Morality. This is a card that is part of clouds, and the clouds often have to do with our emotions, which is certainly relevant in the time of Venus retrograde, when we are thinking through our emotions and connected through relationship and people. So the Morality card, and let me get here, I'm just looking this up. We have our book, and the book provides some additional commentary. So this certainly seems applicable. Of clouds. Here we are. Morality has restricted all the juice and energy of life to narrow the confines of her mind. It can't flow there. So she really has become a dried up old prune. Well, my goodness. Her whole manner is very proper and stiff and severe. And she is always ready to see every situation as black and white, like the jewel she wears around her neck. The Queen of Clouds lurks in the minds of all of us who have been brought up with rigid ideas of good and bad, sinful and virtuous, acceptable and unacceptable, moral and immoral. It's important to remember that all of these judgments of the mind are just products of our conditioning. And whether our judgments are applied to ourselves or to others, they keep us from experiencing the beauty and godliness that lies within. Only when we break through the cage of our conditioning and reach the truth of our own hearts can we begin to see life as it really is. Certainly applicable as we are talking about our value set. These ideas, these judgments, these beliefs of right or wrong. Can we hold all of them as shades along the path, not attributing judgment or right and wrong to them? Just as we talked about earlier, light and dark, we continue to ebb and flow. And so this card reminds us that when we allow all of those barriers to let go, we can truly live our life. Only when we break through the cage of our conditioning and reach the truth of our own hearts can we begin to see life as it really is. So, utilizing the activity we did today to continue getting closer and closer to that reality, peeling back the layers that we've protected our heart with, that we've protected ourselves with, and starting layer by layer to allow those to fall away and really expose our true selves and our true nature. So there was a lot that we went through today. Let's just take a few more nice inhales and exhales to really seal this practice. And let that go. And if there's any feelings of overwhelm and where to go next, just know that this path and journey will continue to weave, likely not on a straight line. Can we get curious and open and playful? And so on the next inhale and exhale, inhale appreciation for this time, for yourself, for giving you a time in to reflect. And on the exhale, letting all of those other thoughts, questions, concerns go. One more time. And let that go. One final time just to shake it all out. Thank you so much for joining today. As always, it's been a pleasure. Namaste.